Alright, so this is my helmsman for the pirate haunt this year. This guy will be going inside the haunted house. Still work in progress. Still got a lot of stuff to do with him, but for the most part the major components are done. Got the motor mounted and it seems to be working pretty good. Just doing a test run to make sure it's not binding or anything. It seems to be holding up pretty good. So let me show you guys what I got here. It's just a wiper motor that I gutted from another prop from a couple of years ago, and kind of just mounted it on there. So this thing doesn't have any screws on the back of it for me to mount it to the board here. So you can see I got one of those little metal straps to hold it in place, and I put a little piece of scrap wood underneath it to act as like a base. And then on the other side, just to add a little extra support, I stuck like a 1x2 on the side. I screwed that down so that way, it's got like something to at least support one of the sides. But it's not binding from what I can tell, so it's not putting a lot of pressure on it. The screw is a little loose. You can see kind of like jumps a little bit right there. Like when it dips down, it jumps a little. The reason I did that was because it might be because this thing isn't completely even, but the bolt keeps tightening on its own, and then it gets to the point where it gets so tight that the motor can't turn it anymore. So like I said, test run, so I'm letting this thing run for a little bit, and I'm keeping an eye on it to see if that happens again. But everything here is made using scrap wood, just stuff that I had lying around. All this wood here, like on this part, on the base, all that's just pallet wood that I ripped apart and then just reassembled it into something else. Let me see here, using a PVC pipe for the run through the wheel here. The wheel I got off on Amazon. I didn't make that. Wish I could have made it, but actually I could have made one, but I think the time and the cost to make it probably equals out to almost the price of just buying it off of Amazon. So I think I got that for like $60, and in order for me to make a wheel that size, I probably would have spent about close to that much on the plywood and other material. So I just said, you know what, might as well just buy it. I'm gonna, I have a little bit of a budget for Halloween, so spend some of the Halloween budget on that. The skeleton, nothing really special about him, honestly. He's still being dressed up. I just threw like a torn up shirt on him, but I am planning on, dressing up a little more so he looks more like a pirate. Right now he's just kind of like a placeholder. I'm using rubber bands to keep the hands in place. Might try to replace those with something else because they are a little noticeable. Maybe I'll just have to try to find some black rubber bands maybe. And then he is going to be going in his own room, which will have, it'll be like a dark room with like lightning effect and everything. So I'm hoping with all the flashing lights and, the darkness, that a lot of this stuff won't be too noticeable, because as you can see, the PVC pipe that's attached to the wheel, it's pretty obvious, right? You can even see some of the motor sticking out. But like I said, I worked with scrap wood, so I just had to use what I had. If that wasn't a problem, then I probably could have gone out and bought some thicker wood, and probably could have built like a little bit of a house for the motor, so then it wouldn't be so noticeable. Maybe in the future, maybe I'll change that up, but I think for right now, for this year, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. What else can I tell you guys about this? I think that's really about it. It's not a very complicated prop. Fairly simple. I don't know if anyone's interested in that stand. I don't even know where I got that. I think it got off of Amazon. I think it's literally called a skeleton stand. Don't know if anyone was interested in that, but if you are, you might be able to find that somewhere. But yep, that's it. That is pretty much the whole prop. It's just made with pallet wood and whatever scrap wood that I had, and just leftover motors and other parts that were just lying around. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.